Makar, which is Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is an interesting sign in itself. This sign is kind of not an easy sign because this Rashi falling in the 10th house, being ruled by Saturn. This sign has half water and half land. To understand this sign, Capricorn, you can relate it to the muddy land. So now, when it is wet, muddy land, it is obviously difficult to act there or to walk there even. Yeah. So it is falling in the house of karma, which is 10th house.
Right.
This is also called a graveyard sign. You see, this is a movable sign. It is earthy element here. Saturn rules it. It has Vaishya qualities. This is a Western image of this sign. The Vedic understanding of this sign is it is related to the picture of a crocodile or an alligator.
Right.
So he says, "O Brahmin, the mouth of Makar is like that of a deer, shoulders like bull, and eyes like those of an elephant. It moves in the river and resides in the ocean." A crocodile or an alligator which lies still, although this is a movable sign, but in itself, but understanding it from the perspective of a crocodile is kind of easier. So a crocodile keeps lying in the water without moving for hours.
Yes.
It will not act unless it is absolutely necessary. It will act or move only to catch its prey. Till then, till that very moment, it waits very, very patiently. Yeah. So it is lying there in the water, only you see the eyes, and it is waiting patiently. And when it knows that he can catch the prey, it acts swiftly, very strongly, and in a way that its prey doesn't get time to even to react. If you try and understand it in the normal world, it is like a workplace kind of an environment where the world is ruthless and there is no support here in this sign. There is no luxuries to say. This sign is about work. You only put in hard work and efforts. It gives you. There's no sympathy in it. There's no cushion in it. You have to perform. You have to work hard.
Yeah.
You have to survive. You have to work and only work. So this is also called the graveyard sign.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no pleasure here. There's no ease here. Jupiter gets debilitated here. He is a Brahmin. He is a priest. He is a teacher. He is doing the knowledge work. He is a philosopher. He will give you knowledge. He will share thoughts with you. He will give you perspectives. He will talk spirituality to you. And if you ask him to go and do a 9 to 5 kind of a job every day, and you ask him to work like a labor, Jupiter doesn't like it. Jupiter wants to take good amount of rest. He would sleep in the afternoon. He would want to take rest. He would take out time and he would teach. He would learn. He would spread the knowledge, and he would talk about the upliftment of the society and all those stuff. And here you want, because this is the workplace, you want somebody here who can do politics, and Jupiter doesn't like it. He cannot be evil. He cannot be cruel. He cannot abuse. He cannot get the work done because he is nice to everybody. This sign falls opposite to Cancer. So these are opposite signs. We spoke about it. That signs are opposite to each other. The signs which are in front of each other are opposite in nature. Here we are talking about nurturing. Here we are talking about rest. Here we are talking about peace. Here we are talking about luxuries. Here we are talking about the comforts of life, contentment, the emotions, the motherly care, the nurturing. Here there's absolutely opposite. There's no care. no nurturing. People kind of conspire against you.
Right.
You see, you need hard work. You need to perform. You need to prove yourself. You need to fight, compete with the world. And it is the house of putting in a lot of efforts. The planet that gets exalted here is Mars.
Right. Yeah.
We spoke about Mars getting debilitated in the sign of Cancer, being an emotional sign.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it gets exalted here because Mars is high energy. Mars is army commander. Mars is not worried about what people will think. He is not a people's pleaser. He wants to get the job done. He has no moral foundation that this I can do and this I cannot do. He is only kind of concerned about performing. Yeah, and it works best here. So if we talk about the nature of these people are honest, hardworking. They are you can say they are sincere. They are self-reliant. So what happens is that since these people have seen life in a different way, that they see that there are no free lunches in the world, there are no easy things in the world, they kind of build this kind of a nature. You may feel that they are kind of pessimistic people. They are not very optimist. That is not exactly correct. They are more realistic and they're more practical. They see the world as it is, and there are less hopes and more self-reliant, and they know that it is on them to deliver and it is on them to work hard and achieve things, and life isn't as easier. What the Sagittarius people think, that they are kind of optimistic people. Sagittarius, they are kind of at times over optimistic.
Right.
Because they are dependent on the divine power.
Yeah.
They know that they'll get divine help, and they get divine help also. Yeah, because Jupiter being its lord, and you would see a lot of Sagittarius and Pisces people, they get divine help, and they kind of trust God because they experience it. They feel it, that there's something which is taking care of them. But they are not so hardworking because they are not afraid of life as these people are. Capricorn people are very, very practical and very, very realistic in their approach towards life. They know that it won't come easy to them, and because of the life experiences, they've built up this nature or quality, or this is how they've become because of the experiences of the life, that which has taught them that it is not an easy world outside. Now Saturn rules it. If the sign gets afflicted, these qualities which you've written of honesty and sincerity, these kind of gets corrupted. They become dishonest, greedy, selfish, miserly. It becomes a very kind of a sad sign, because it becomes these people become dishonest, and they become greedy, and mostly conceited. So that's Capricorn. But they are thinkers, they are warriors. So they worry, and they kind of think a lot on things. In fact, initially in their lives, they kind of think a lot about life and death thing, but they over a period of time, they stop fearing death because they've thought it over so much. They kind of get over it. If the sign is in good dignity, and there's no affliction and good planets look at this sign, it is a good sign. It is the people who uh, make their life by themselves. They make their life by their own self efforts. if it is afflicted, then it is not a good sign that way. Yeah. But with people in moon in Capricorn, you may say that these are kind of people who are kind of cautious and pessimistic and not as outgoing or as free mentally as people with moon in Cancer are comparatively the opposite sign.
Yeah.
With moon in Cancer, people are kind of more free in their approach. They kind of they're optimistic and they're fun loving and all that. So here, moon with somebody's moon in Capricorn, you may think that you're talking to a Capricorn person. He would probably spoil the day because he would tell you he would not tell you the good things about life. But on the other hand, these are the people who you should also take advices from, because they give you a very realistic approach, and they kind of foresee the problems that somebody may face. He is not dependent on the luck. Yeah, he would not think that he would get lucky. Because of his life experiences, he knows that things have to be foreseen and planned properly. It is good if you take advices from such people also, because they give you a more realistic picture. They would not show you the rosy pictures like the Cancer moon people will show. Oh, it is, everything is good, just go. Yeah, they would not say that. They would tell you that, see, if you are going there, you have to make sure that you carry all these things. You do not know who you may come across, what kind of situations you may come across. So they are the two approaches. You understand the difference?
Yes.
Yeah. So with moon in Sagittarius, people would be like still very adventurous and outgoing and optimistic and all that stuff. But moon in Capricorn has a different story. So the nature of the sign tells you it is important to understand the nature of that sign, the element of that zodiac sign. Capricorn characteristics, you can say they have thin body. They are kind of weak as strong in terms of the body. You'll see is kind of weak, or you see kids with slow growth in the body. They don't grow as tall and as big as some of the other kids grow when this is the sign in the lagna or the ascendant. Face is usually thin. They have thick neck, deep set eyes, dark hair. Usually they are not very handsome looking though. There's influence of Venus or some planet which gives them a better personality. So we move ahead to another sign.